Hello and welcome to the next episode of Final Fantasy VII. Last time we left off was at this village of Calm. And in between episodes I've took the time to learn Cloud and Barrett's level 2 limit break. And learn Red 13's second level 1. So let's continue. It's a nice little town. This must be Calm. Yo, I'll be waiting at the inn. Hurry and get your butt over here. Let's go, Cloud. Okay, so first things first, let's explore the town. We come in here. We can open this and get a heifer. Let's talk to this girl. Thanks to Mako Energy, life's pretty damn convenient. Thanks to Shinra. Don't you think so? Ah, you're full of it. But I hate to think of what life be like without Mako Energy. This guy up here. Mako Energy made things a lot more convenient, but a lot of plants and animals have been disappearing at a rapid pace. I think the old life was better. Don't you think so? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure, right. You think so, don't you? Yeah, you can't do it with that chest there. Let's check the next house. It's an old dude in here.
Did you say you came from Midgar? I used to live there too, but I heard they got lots of troubles lately.
Now if we look in here, we can find the guy's dog. I don't know why his dog was locked in there. It makes no sense. Come up here. Locked, can't open it. So we can't do it with that at the minute. But if we look in here, we'll get another ether. At least his dog's out of the cupboard now. Another house here, let's see. There was a suspicious looking man in a black cape. He was carrying a mean looking sword. Ooh, I wonder who that could have been, game. Let's have a look-see up here. We can find the treasure chest. The Peacemaker. Item we can't use just yet. For quite a while. I wonder. I thought for maybe later on in the game. We look in here, we get a guard source. Let's talk to this girl. My older brother is so stupid. He's so embarrassment. I could just puke. Puke away, little girl. When I grow up, I'm gonna be a soldier. That's why I'm training hard now. It's always good to have dreams. Okay, so we finished here. Let's go in here. This is sort of a bar. If you try come back here, you'll get told to stay out of the kitchen. Yeah, she don't like people in the kitchen. Me, I used to work in a mine down south called Mithril Mine. But a while back, monsters started here. After that, business went to pot, and now I spend the day here drinking. Yeah, so it just gives you a little backstory of what you were doing. And we've got some shops up here. This is the item store. Now, we can sell some of the junk we've collected. Get rid of that. I really don't need these mithril amulets. I'll keep hold of the 4 slots. I did manage to pick up a few more atomic scissors, but we can sell them at 700 a piece. Nice little way to make a bit of extra cash. Let's see what it's got to buy. Let's see. Yeah, get a few more antidotes. Make that 10. And get 5 of them. Get a few more hypers. A few more tranquilizers. And a couple more tents. Now, weapon-wise, since I've been stealing stuff, I don't need any weapons or armor. But materia, we can get some new ones. We can get the heal materia and the earth materia. But we'll not get 2 of them. This for a specific reason, which we won't be getting into this episode. This is the weapons store. And as you can see, the weapons here, the Mithril Saber is worse than the hard edge we picked up. The Cannonball is worse than the Atomic Scissors we stole. For Tifa, that's definitely an upgrade, so we'll pick that up. And the Full Metal Staff's a downgrade for Aerith. So we'll keep that. And Mithril Amulets, no good. And that's all the shops. Now let's get on with a bit of plot. So first things first, we want to go in here. We'll talk to this fella. Mr. Cloud, your party is waiting for you on the 2nd floor. Okay. Oh, stop talking! Okay, let's go upstairs. Eris, Cloud, you're late. Yo man, you're late. Sorry to keep you waiting. Guess everyone's here now. So let's hear your story. You know, the one about Sephiroth and the crisis of the planet. Let's hear it all. I used to want to be like Sephiroth, so I joined Soldier. After working with Sephiroth on several missions, we became friends. You call that a friend? Yeah, well... He was older than me and hardly ever talked about himself. And Tifa doesn't have a lot to say about that. So I guess you call us war buddies. We trusted each other. Until one day. One day? After the war, it was soldiers' duty to put down any resistance against the Shinra. That was 5 years ago. I was 16. It sure is raining hard. Hey, how you doing? I'm alright. I wouldn't know. I've never had motion sickness. Everything okay? Hey, settle down. They gave me some new materia. Yep, Cloud's all excited. I can't wait to use it. Just like a kid. You're going to brief us about this mission? This isn't a typical mission. Good. Why do you say that? I joined Soldier to be like you. But by the time I made first class, the war was already over. My big hopes of becoming a hero like you ended with the war. That's why I always sign up whenever there's a big mission, kind of way to prove myself. Say, how do you feel, Mr. Sephiroth? I thought you wanted a briefing. Our mission is to investigate an old Mako reactor. There have been reports of malfunctions and producing brutal creatures. First, we will dispose of those creatures, then we will locate the problem and neutralize it. Brutal creatures where? The Mako reactor at Nibelheim. Nibelheim? That's where I'm from. Hometown. Sir, something strange just crashed into the truck. That would be our monster. So nice of him to come to say hello. Our Cloud is dead if the monster attacks him. Uh, Luckily, Cloud didn't die in this battle. Now, Sephiroth is a beast. Sephiroth's strength is incredible. He is far stronger in reality than any story you may have heard about him. So, where do you come in? Me, I was mesmerized by the way Sephiroth fought. Tifa? Hmm. And then we reached Nibelheim. How does it feel? It's your first time back to your hometown in a long time, right? So how does it feel? I wouldn't know because I don't have a hometown. How about your parents? My mother is Genova. She died right after she gave birth to me. My father... What does it matter? Alright, let's go. I've talked to this guy. Being on watch is so boring. You want to do what we always do? Shall we practice? Oh, you mean practice my pose? Do members of Soldier always have to worry about what others think? How did it go? Was it like this? Good job. I really don't want to be in Soldier. You keep wandering around here and you'll get in trouble. The Mako smells pretty bad here. Yo, wait a minute. Isn't that the name of Sephiroth's mother? I remember, Genova. That's that damn headless spook living in the Shinra building. That's right. Barrett, would you please let us hear what Cloud has to say? You can ask questions later. Tifa, I was only... Okay, Cloud, continue. The childhood friends reunite. I was really surprised with Tifa. The town was quiet. Everyone must be in their houses, afraid to come out because of the monsters. No, maybe they're afraid of us. We leave for the reactor at dawn. Make sure you get to sleep early. All we need is one lookout, so you others get some rest. Oh, and you may visit your family and friends. I'm so nervous. How come? Look, you never know when a monster's gonna show up, right? I heard Sephiroth was coming, so I brought my camera. I want a shot of Sephiroth and the monster. Take my picture. I don't take pictures of nobodies. What a jerk. Let's see, we'll tell him to get back in his house. Alright, fathead. Hey, this guy's real. Are you Cloud? Really? So that's how it is, eh? Yeah, and he still don't go back in his house. Welcome. Hey, aren't you? Hey, I've been here before, I don't remember. Now you're pissing me off. This doesn't matter, so get on with it. Right, it won't let you go in certain houses, but it does let you go in this house. It's Cloud's house. This is my house. It has nothing to do with what happened 5 years ago. Yo, wait, I wanna hear. Me too, it's been a long time, right? Tell us more. You saw your family, right? Alright, I don't know if you call it a family. My father died when I was still young. That's why my mum lived alone in this house. Yeah, I saw my mum. My mum, she was a vibrant woman, hadn't changed at all. But a few days later, she died. But when I saw her, she looked fine. Yes? Cloud! Welcome home, Cloud. Hi, Mom. Let me take a look at you. You look so handsome. So, is this a soldier uniform? Mom, My, how you've grown. I bet the girls never leave you alone. Not really. I'm worried about you. There are lots of temptations in the city. I feel a lot better if you just settle down with a nice girlfriend. I'm alright. You should have an older girlfriend, one that takes care of you. I think that would be the best for you. I'm not interested. Are you eating right? I'm alright, the company takes care of me. Is that so? I know you can't cook. I've been worried sick about you. Cloud? You know Cloud? Isn't that right, Cloud? I'll always be your mother. Let's stop this. Right, and the other house we can go in is this one. Cloud, did you go into my house? Yeah. I thought you might be home. Is she in the kitchen? Nope, she's not in the kitchen. Where could Tifa be? Upstairs? Cloud, did you go into my room? Yes. Let's see, what's the find? Received orthopedic underwear. Cloud, it's true or just kidding, don't get mad. Let's just say it's true. Cloud, we're talking about something really important here. Cloud gets told off. I'm sure you could read the letter here. Where's that letter? Ah, the letter. Cloud, the letter. Did you read it? My letter? I'll never do that. Yeah, we read it. You remember what it said? I remember clearly. I read it. It was a letter addressed to Tifa from the son of the guy that runs the general store. Tifa, how are you? I just arrived in Midgar 8 days ago. Yesterday, all of Nibelheim got together to welcome me. The only person that we couldn't get hold of was Cloud. But everyone said he wasn't really that close to us, so even if we asked, he probably wouldn't have come anyway. Well, enough about him. Midgar is really something. But to tell you the truth, I feel so behind on everything, so out of it. Even the rooms of people in the slums are clean. Right now, I'm living in the slums, but I plan to move to a really nice room, like the ones I've seen in magazines, once I make some money. But to do that, I guess I'll have to find a job first. That's right, I still haven't found a job yet. I lied to my parents and told them I found a great job with Shinra Inc. I wonder if it's too late to go back. Sometimes I think I should have taken over my parents' store. Cloud, do you remember all of it? Yeah, I remember. Because there was some stuff about me. I just made it here to Midgard, but all I think about is Nibelheim. Hey Tifa, is that stupid old water tower still working? Is the old man at the inn doing well? Are my parents still at the shop every day? Have any monsters attacked? And most of all, how are you, Tifa? It feels like I haven't seen you for years. We will talk about you last night. All talking about you. Everyone likes you, but everyone idolizes you. I couldn't very well stab them in the back. I just acted cool, but actually, I was just afraid of being jittered. Wow, if I keep writing like this, this is going to become a love letter. So I think I'll stop here. Take care. I'll write again. P.S. Write me back, okay? And she don't say what else about that. Now we can fiddle with the piano. Did you play the piano? I jammed on it. How did this go? I forgot. Let's see. Okay, I've got the notes written down here, so just give us a minute. So the tune I want to play is Where's La? Do, re, mi. So, fa. So, fa. Do, re. I heard this melody somewhere before. I played it well. I can read sheet music too. You know what? Do, re, mi, tra, la. Yeah. So it's just basically playing the tune. Forget it. Yeah, now, if you've been listening to the game, we've been hearing that tune an awful lot. Actually, don't say out about going in this bedroom. It's the world map theme. Right, that's all we can do here. This house, I think we get kicked out as well. Oh, you're with the Shinra. Welcome. Oh, I'm sorry. It's you, Cloud. I didn't recognize you. Alright, I guess we don't get kicked out of this house. Shinra? Shinra? Soldier? Salsa? Are you going to kill the monster? Are you going to? Okay. Cloud, you've grown up to be a strong man. I thought you got kicked out of this house, but I never really went in here. Do your best. Do your best. Anyone upstairs? No one up here. Alright, we can leave. So if you normally go in a house you're not supposed to, the game likes to kick you out. Right, only place left to go is the inn and talk to this dude. Is Shinra here to get rid of the monsters? And who are you? I'm Zangan. I travel around the world teaching children martial arts. I have 128 students all over the world. In this town, a girl named Tifa is my student. Did you say Tifa? Tifa has a good set. She'll be a powerful fighter. Okay, let's talk to the innkeeper. The holding's booked up by Shinra for the night. Claude? Is that you, Claude? It must have been 2 years. Say, you've really moved up in the world, being under Sephiroth's command. And there's Mr. Sephiroth looking out the window. What are you looking at? This scenery. I feel like I know this place. We have an early start tomorrow. You should get some sleep soon. Yeah, let's get some sleep. I've hired a guide to take us to the Mako reactor. I've heard she's young. I hope we can rely on her. The very next day. Once the guide gets here, we're heading out. Listen to me, Sephiroth. It's... Oh, wait, wrong character voice. Listen to me, Sephiroth, in case something happens. Trust me. I'll be alright, Dad. I have 2 men from Soldier with me. I'm Tifa. Nice to meet you. Tifa, you're the guide? That's right. It so happens I'm the #1 guide in this town. It's too dangerous. I can't get you involved in this. There's no problem if you protect her. Let's go. Mr. Sephiroth, please let me take one picture for a memento. Tifa, can you ask him for me to... Cheese! Great, thank you. I'll give each you a copy once I get it developed. Yeah, a nice little bit CGI. A Mako reactor was built into Mount Nibelheim. The cold mountain air of Mount Nimble was the same. There's some weird mountains with them. I'll go across the bridge. Tifa's in his way. If it gets hard from here, follow me. Oh, the bridge. Ah! Yeah, just added the little effect. Everyone seems to be alright. We will be able to get back. These caves are intertwined like an ant farm. Ooh, wrong character again. Oh, and Sephiroth. One person seems to be missing. It may sound cruel, but we've no time to search for him. We can't go back, so we must go on. We'll travel together from here. Now, we can actually have a look at Sephiroth's equipment. He's got the Mezzamuna, a gold amulet, and the Tufty ring. Cloud's got a power wrist, an iron bangle, and of course the Buster Sword. We can't access the items, but we can look at Sephiroth's materia. He's got a Master Revive, a Master Restore, Master Earth, Master All, Master Fire, that one's blank. Another Master All, Lightning, and another All with Ice. Now we can check his stats. No, pretty cool. There, and with Cloud's stats. Oh, and Cloud does have one piece of materia. The preemptive strike materia. Which is pretty good materia to have. Although in this bit of story, it's doesn't gain any AP. So we don't worry about that. Right, let's go. There's some caves up here. What's this? A mysterious colored cave. It must be the Mako energy. This mountain is especially abundant in it. That's why the Mako reactor was built here. Now we just continue. They are random encounters here, but it doesn't serve any purpose. You don't gain any experience or anything from them. And 9 times out of 10, Sephiroth would just instantly kill the enemies. Remember this fountain for later. You can get something nice from it. But not here. And what is this? A Mako fountain. It's a miracle of nature. It's so beautiful. If the Mako reactor continues to suck up the energy, this fountain will dry up too. Materia. When you condense Mako energy, materia is produced. It's very rare to see materia in its natural state. By the way, why is that? When you use materia, you can also use magic too. You are a soldier and you didn't even know that. The knowledge and wisdom of the ancients is held in the materia. Anyone with this knowledge can freely use the power of the land and the planet. That knowledge interacts between ourselves and the planet, calling up magic, or so they say. Magic and mysterious power? Hahaha. Did I say something funny? A man once told me never to use unscientific terms like mysterious power. It shouldn't even be called magic. I still remember how hungry he was. Who was that? Hojo of Shinra Inc., an inexperienced man assigned to take over the work of a great scientist. He was a walking mass of complexities. A Mako fountain, so this is where the knowledge of the ancients is. Yeah, this be a long video because there's a lot of this to get through. Alright, we finally made it to the reactor. We finally made it. We sure took the long way through. Tifa, you wait here. I'm going inside too. I want to see. Only authorized people are allowed in. This place is full of Shinra industrial secrets. But take care of the lady. No entry, Mom. Dang it. Man. Better take real good care of me then. Climb down the chains. There's a strange noise producing from here. This is Genova, right? It won't open. This is the reason for the malfunction. This part is broken. Cloud, close the valve. Alright, we close the valve. Why did this break? Now I see, Hojo. But doing this will never put you on the same level as Professor Gast. This is the system that condenses and freezes the Mako energy. That is, when it's working correctly. Now, what does Mako energy become when it's further condensed? Oh yeah, it becomes materia. Right. Normally, but Hojo put something else in there. Take a look. Right. Look through the window. Yep, there's a monster in there. What is that? Normal members of soldiers are humans that have been showered with Mako. You're different from others, but still human. But what are they? They've been exposed to far higher degrees of Mako technology. Is this some kind of monster? Exactly. And it's Hojo of Shinra that's producing these monsters. Mutated living organisms produced by Mako energy. That's what these monsters really are. Normal members of Soldier? You mean that you're different? Hey, Sephiroth. No. Was I? Was I created this way too? Am I the same as all these monsters? Sephiroth. You saw it. All of them were human. Human? No way. Ever since I was small, I felt that I was different from others, special in some way. But not like this. One of the pods is malfunctioning. Am I human? I didn't really understand what Sephiroth meant then. I was even more surprised that Shinra was producing monsters. Damn, Shinra, the more I hear, the more I hate him. Who would have ever thought the Mako reactors held such a secret? That would seem to explain the increasing number of monsters recently. I think we should listen carefully to Cloud. Don't you think so, Barrett? Why are you talking to me? We'll keep talking. Poking his damn nose in where it doesn't belong, Cloud. Why don't you finish that story? Phew. Tifa, why are you waiting outside then? Yes. We returned to Nibelheim. Sephiroth confined himself to the inn. He didn't even try to talk to me. Then all of a sudden he just disappeared, right? We found him inside the biggest building in Nibelheim. The villagers used to call it the Shinra Mansion. Long ago, people from Shinra used to live in that mansion. Okay, so we're in the Shinra Mansion. And there's only one way to go in this cutscene. There's no sign of Sephiroth, but I know I saw him go into this room. Secret. A spiral staircase. Let's keep going down and down and down. And this star here, we will be here later in the game, so we'll be able to do something with that. But not at this point. Sephiroth. An apparently dead organism was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum. Professor Gas named that organism Genova. X year, X month, X date. Genova confirmed to be an ancient. X year, X month, X date. Genova project approved. The use of Mako reactor number 1 approved for use. Mother's name is Genova. Genova Project. Is this just a coincidence? Professor gasped. Why didn't you tell me anything? Why did you die? Let's talk to Sephiroth. Leave me be alone. And all we have got to do is just go there. Sephiroth did not come out of the Shinra mansion. He continued to read as he was possessed by something, and not once did the light in the basement go out. Ooh, ominous music. Remember that, save for later. Alright, let's see what Mr. Guardian Max Stevens has to say. Sephiroth seems different. I'm sure he's fine. Let's go see Sephiroth. Ha ha ha! Who is it? Traitor. Traitor? You ignorant traitor. I'll tell you. This planet originally belonged to the Cetra. Cetra was an integrant race. They would migrate in, settle the planet, then move on. At the end of their hard, long journey, it was said they would find the promised land and supreme happiness. But those who disliked journeying appeared. They stopped their migration, built shelters, and elected to lead an easier life. They took what the Cetra and the planet had made without giving back one whit in return. Those are your ancestors. Sephiroth, long ago disaster struck the planet. Your ancestors escaped. They survived because they hid. The planet was saved by sacrificing the Cetra. After that, your ancestors continued to multiply. Now all that's left of the Cetra is in these reports. What does this have to do with you? Don't you see? An ancient name Genova was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum. The Genova Project. The Genova Project wanted to produce people with the powers of the ancients or the Cetra. I am what was produced. Produced? Yes. Professor Gas, leader of the Genova Project, and genius scientist, produced me. How did he? Sir Sephiroth? Out of my way, I'm going to see my mother. Oh shit. has just hit the proverbial fan. Run, Cloud, run! Damn, how Sephiroth moves so fast? That guard's gone. Oh, look, the village is on fire. Hey, it's you. You still sane, right? Then come over here and help me. I'll check this house. You check that one over there. Hey, I'm going to die. Sephiroth. You go in the house and you get beat back by the flames. That's Cloud's house, by the way. Terrible. This is too terrible. He's gone caca bananas. And we're following him to the Mako reactor. I don't know how level 1 Cloud got past all them monsters on the mountain. But hey, well. Speed that climbing down. Papa! Sephiroth! Did Sephiroth do this to you? Sephiroth, Soldier, Mako Reactor, Shinra! I hate them all! He's dead. Mother, I'm here to see you. Please open this door. How could you do that to Papa and all the townspeople? Well, the mistake you made there, Tifa, was shouting at him, alerting him to your presence. You promised that you'd come when I was in trouble. She just says the same thing. And here's Miss Geneva. Mother, let's take the planet back together. I thought of a great idea. Let's go to the Promised Land. Sephiroth! My family, my hometown. How could you do this to them? They've come again, Mother. With her superior power, knowledge and magic, Mother was destined to become the ruler of this planet. But they Those worthless creatures are stealing the planet from Mother. But now I'm here with you. So don't worry. What about my sadness, my family, friends, the sadness of having my hometown taken away from me? It's the same as your sadness. Ha ha ha. My sadness, what do I have to be sad about? I am the chosen one. I've been chosen to be leader of this planet. I have orders to take the planet back from you stupid people. Father Cetra, what should I be sad about? Sephiroth, I trusted you. No, you're not Sephiroth I used to know. Ooh, getting ready for some super showdown here. And the tape stops there. And that's the end of my story. Wait a damn minute. That's it? No more? I don't remember. What happened to Sephiroth? In terms of skill, I couldn't have killed him. Official records state Sephiroth is dead. I read it in the newspaper. Shinra Inc. owns the newspapers, so you can't rely on that. I want to know the truth. I want to know what happened. I challenged Sephiroth and live. Why didn't he kill me? I'm alive too. A lot of this doesn't make sense. What about Genova? It was in the Shinra building, right? Shinra shifted from Nibelheim to Midgar. Did someone carry it out later? It was missing from the Shinra building. Sephiroth. Damn, none of this makes sense. I'm going, gone. And I'm leaving the thinking to you. Yo, Cloud, let's get moving. Wait a sec. Cloud, what's wrong? You're just gonna stand there while Sephiroth heads for the Promised Land? I ain't letting Sephiroth or Shinra get to no Promised Land. If they do, then we're all screwed. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful, just beautiful. Just leave it to me. Oh, brother. Tifa's quiet. Cloud, how bad was I after Sephiroth stabbed me? I thought you were gonna. I was so sad. I, the ancients, Cetra, Genova, Sephiroth, and myself. Let's go. Barrett's waiting. What a fascinating story. Oh, we haven't quite finished at this inn. There's one more item to get. In here. Can't reach it. 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 Then kick. Cloud says damn. And we get a Mega Elixir. Let's go. There's the ladies. Oh, Cloud, let me give you this. Receive PHS. Change party members, access the menu and select PHS. It can be only used on the world map and save points. With PHS, I can see you anytime. I'm going on ahead. 20 girls and I. Let's just do a quick set, recharge. Alright, we've finished here. This has been a very long episode. And we're gonna call it here. So next time we will be learning some enemy skills and fighting a giant snake, which we shouldn't really be fighting just yet, but there is a way to beat him. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good day.